It's time for Warriors basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Welcome to the Fred Williams Memorial Classic Gym as we get set to see a matchup between the Amityville Lady Warriors and the Shoreham Wading River Wildcats. I'm your play-by-play person, Noah O'Deed, and I'm joined by Devontae Rickenbacker. We can expect a good game today, can't we, Devontae?
Yes, we can expect a high-paced, fast-action game between the Wildcats and the Lady Warriors. The Lady Warriors came off of a nice victory against Wyandanch, 60-35, and Shoreham's coming off of overtime loss against West Hampton, 58-60, and which West Hampton was victorious.
Okay, Amityville quickly gets a tip. 24 recovers it, gives it to number 4, Michelle Corona. Corona to Grace Handlater, the 8th grader. Out back to Corona. Kozakwinsky with it. Back to Grace Handlater, got it by Dominique Jones. So Kozakwinsky fakes the shot, puts it up, and it's too strong. Lawhorn with the rebound.
Amityville looking to push the pace today in the game.
Lawhorn looking for offense. Directs Dominic Jones, catches it, drives, pass it inside to Tobin. Tobin puts up the post shot. It's too strong. She's fouled. Number 2, Jordan Tobin, going to the free throw line.
No, I spoke to Coach Hankson today, and she mentioned to me that the game against Wyandanch, she liked how the defense played in the second half, and she says that defense wins championships, and hopefully the defense will transition today.
And Tobin misses her first. 0-0, 7:22 left in the first quarter. And she makes the second one. 1-0, Amityville leads. Grace Corona brings it down. Passes to Leonard. Passes to Lackenmeyer. To the corner to Corona. Corona guarded by Jones, one of the best defenders. Back to Leonard, guarded by Millsap. Inside to Corona. Corona fakes, goes inside, fouled. 1-0, Amityville leads. 7:03 left in the first. Grace and Leonard on the inbound. Inbounds to Corona in the corner. She fakes the shot, gets inside. Looking for offense, guarded by Millsap. To Corona, near side, to Marchese. Marchese in the corner. She's getting triple teamed by Lawhorn. Back to Leonard, back to Corona. She drives, goes up, blocked by Taisha Billinger. And Taisha Billinger called for the travel. She's been getting a lot of travel calls lately, hasn't she, Devontae?
Yes, she has. You just got to come down, catch the ball, and plant your feet. Make sure that you get the ball.
Leonard on the inbound. She passes to Marchese. Marchese puts up the tough post shot, gets her own rebound. Outside to Corona. Corona with the shot. It's good. Shoreham Wading River leads 2-1. 6:37 left in the first quarter. Inbound to Millsap. Back to Lawhorn. Lawhorn in the backcourt. Across the timeline. Lawhorn being guarded by Michelle Corona. To Tobin on the outside. Inside to Lawhorn. Lawhorn dribbles out. Near side. Three-pointer. Too strong. A fight for the rebound. Dominique Jones recovers it. To Millsap on the wing. Millsap behind the back. Pass to Lawhorn. Top of the key. The coaches signaling to their people. Lawhorn puts up the shot. It's off to Grace and Leonard. Leonard drives inside, puts up the shot. Too strong. They fight for the rebound. Marchese comes up with it. Number 5 with the shot. Marchese again with another rebound. Looks to fight, puts up a tough shot. It's off. Tobin with another rebound. Lawhorn crosses half court. Guarded by Michelle Corona. Lawhorn looking to pass. Pass aside to Billinger. Billinger to Tobin. Oh, they almost lose the ball. Lawhorn gets it and puts up a nice reverse layup. 5:23. Amityville leads 3-2. Number 5, Grace Ann Leonard. Looking for a shot to Corona on the outside, guarded by Jones. Back to Grace Ann Leonard. Back to Corona. Inside to Marchese. And she misses it. Tobin with the rebound. 3-2. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Lawhorn cross half court. Lawhorn drives, puts it up. She's blocked. They trying to call for a travel. Millsap with the rebound. Recovers it, puts up the tough shot, and it goes behind the backboard. 3-2, 4:42 left in the first quarter. Amityville leads. Korzagwinski brings it down. Korzagwinski on the wing to Lakenmeyer. Back to Leonard. Outside. To Marchese. Back to number 1. Puts up the layup. It's off. Good play, but they can't communicate enough for it to score. Lawhorn brings it down. On the wing. Lawhorn looking to pass. Tough pass to Jones. Jones drives. Jones calls for the Amityville call for the 3-second violation inside. Well, not a lot of those calls in high school basketball, are there, Devontae?
No, a lot of turnovers in the first 5 minutes of this game. We got to settle down.
Corona pass to Leonard. Leonard on the outside, guarded by Millsap. To Lakenmeyer inside. Lawhorn gets the steal, but Leonard recovers it. Billinger on the ground with it. Won't give up, and a timeout is called by Amityville. 3-2, 3:55 left in the first. Not a lot of scoring, but surely a lot of hustle. Don't you see that, Devontae?
Yeah, a lot of hustle. They want to win. Both teams want to win this game. They're both under 500, and they want to come out with a victory. Amityville, this would be a great game for them to take, and Shoreham's looking to rebound.
It's funny about the youth you see on this Shoreham Wading River team. They have 3 8th graders and 2 freshmen on this team, especially one 8th grader, Grace Ann Leonard, being a starter.
I think that just shows the high level of play that other schools on the island have. You have a lot of talent coming from middle school, and of course the freshmen. The freshman class is a pretty big class around the island. So there's obviously going to be players that are freshmen and 8th graders on varsity teams, and we see it here today.
Okay. No change in the squads as they come out from their timeout. Amityville leads 3-2. Amityville inbounding. Lawhorn inside to Tobin. Tobin back to Lawhorn. In the backcourt, outlet pass to Millsap. Millsap drives on Corona. Gives it to Aisha Billinger, but Grace Ann Leonard with the steal, but she steps out of bounds. Amityville stays with it. 3-2. Amityville leads. 3:47 left.
Foul trouble is something that Amityville does not want to get into early in this game.
Shoreham is inbounding. Inbounds to Corona. Corona guarded by the best defender on the island, Dominic Jones. Drives on Jones, puts up the layup. It's too strong. Marchese with the rebound and puts it back in. What a play by Shoreham Wading River for 3:34 left.
Shoreham Wading showing some grit on the offensive boards.
Tobin gets the ball, guarded by Marchese, puts up the mid-ranger. It's good. And right back, Amityville scores. 5-4 left with 3:22 left in the first. Gives it to Korzagwinski. Winsky guarded by Lawhorn. Inside to Marchese. Marchese, a mid-range shot. It's off. Lawhorn fights for a rebound, but they call an over-the-back foul on Taylor Lawhorn. So we have a lot of scoring here right now in the last 2 minutes. We had 2 back-to-back buckets by Amityville and Shoreham. Hopefully we can see a lot of scoring as the game progresses. Amityville has not beaten Shoreham in the last 2 years. Last year they faced off twice, but didn't get any wins. Leonard up top, guarded by Shia Hamlet. To Lakenmeyer, inside to Korzagwinski. Korzagwinski puts up the hook, and it's off. They fight for the rebound, and it's Amityville ball.
The crowd on the Amityville side doesn't seem to be energized, and I think the bench doesn't seem to be energized either.
Outlet pass to Jordan Tobin. Jordan Tobin recovers her dribble. Jordan Tobin inside. They are fighting for it. And they call Shoreham ball after Tobin falls out of bounds.
I think this crowd needs a big play from Amityville to get re-energized.
Yes, they do. Constant's in the game. Guarded by Millsap. Constant to Kurzak-Swincy. Kurzak-Swincy drives, puts up the shot. It's off. Tobin with the rebound. 5-4, Amityville with the lead. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Lawhorn steps back, and she's fouled on the mid-range shot. She'll go to the line for 2. 2:30. The foul called on Abby Korzak-Winski, the junior, also one of the captains for this Shoreham team. She puts up her first, and it's good. 6-4. Amityville leads. And we'll go to Elliot, our sideline reporter, for his following story.
Talking to Taisha Billinger today earlier before the game, she said that she's excited and pumped up to play against the Wildcats. She also added in that they want to get the dub today, and also that she wants to play hard and work hard. Back to you guys.
Okay, as Shoreham with the ball right now. Korzak-Winski inside, and she puts up the layup. 7-7, 2:15 left. Game tied up. Tobin drives down court, recovers her dribble, gives it to Shia Hamlet. Shia Hamlet puts it up and puts it in. What a layup by Shia Hamlet. 9-5, 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Corona with the ball. Got it by Jones. Gives it to Marchese. Marchese fakes the pass to Leonard in the mid-range. Got Constant up top. And overshoots the pass and the ball. 9-5, 1:44 left in the first.
I think that nice fast break layup by Hamlet got the crowd re-energized on the bench.
All right, Lawhorn taking it down court now. Got it by Korzak-Winski. Behind the back pass up top of the key. She looks to drive. Outside to Tobin. Tobin with the mid-range. And it goes in off the lucky bounce. 11-5, Amityville with the lead. 1:26 to go. Korzak-Winski brings it down. Cross half court. Looks to attack, but goes back. Gives the Leonard with the hook shot, but doesn't go in. Tobin with the rebound. Gives it to Lawhorn. Lawhorn to Dominic Jones in the corner. Inside to Tobin. Tobin. The fight for the rebound, and they call a jump ball on Corona and Jordan Tobin.
Seeing Jordan Tobin go to the ground there shows how much she wanted that ball back, and she got it.
And Melissa Marchese comes out, being replaced by Carly Cucinella, the freshman for Shoreham. Amityville butchers the inbound, and now Shoreham Wading River gets the ball back. Cucinella inbounds to Corona. Corona brings it down, across half court. Got it by Jones to Cucinella. Cucinella spots up for the 3. It's good. 11-8, 54 seconds to go. What a play by Shoreham Wading River.
Nice looking 3 over there.
Inside to Dominic Jones, another 3-point shooter for Amityville. She picks up her dribble. Inside to Tobin. Tobin almost loses it, but gets it back. Gives it to Shia Hamlet. Shia Hamlet back inside to Tobin. Tobin. 36 to go. Shia Hamlet puts up the high arcing shot, and it goes in. 13-9, 32 seconds left to go. Amityville with the lead. 2-second differential with the shot clock and game clock. Leonard with the ball again, guarded by Shia Hamlet. Looks to attack. Back to Cucinella. Cucinella fakes a shot. Passes to Corona inside. Korzak-Winski inside, puts the shot up, and it's off. A fight for the rebound inside. 13 seconds left on the clock. Seems to be some confusion on the court as they call a foul on Amityville. Grace Ann Leonard comes out. 12 seconds left on the clock. Shoreham inbounding. They can't find any confusion to Kurzak-Winski. Shia Hamlet with the steal. 10 seconds to go. Shia Hamlet drives to Lawhorn. Lawhorn, 5 seconds to go. Lawhorn looking for his shot. Tobin puts up the shot at the buzzer, and it goes in. What a good first quarter. Amityville leads 17-9 at the end of the first. The Amityville Warriors lead 15-9. What do you think you see from this Shoreham team today that gives them such almost not that much of a deficit, but a pretty close deficit?
I feel that Shoreham's turning the ball over a little bit too much. They've got to put their hands up on defense and try to keep the ball in their possessions. They can't go down the court and waste the shot clock. They got to make the play.
Well, I've seen today from the Shoreham team, they know how to pass the ball out to the open shooter, as we just saw on the Coutinella 3. Do you think that this is going to be a problem for Amityville to stop?
If they can't stop the 3, then there's no way the game could be theirs, because the 3-point line, behind the 3-point line, is so effective because you can be down by 3 at any moment of the game, and one big shot gets you back in the game, another shot wins the game.
Well, they've had Dominique Jones, who had 11 points. She had 11 points on most threes, but she hasn't seemed to put up a shot today. How do you think they're going to get her going in the second quarter?
Motto is shoot or shoot, so she's going to have to start shooting, and hopefully a couple start falling, and then she gets hot.
Okay, and we get set to start the second quarter. Amityville with the inbound. Inbound guarded by Korzywinski. Inbound in the backcourt to Hamlet. Hamlet being guarded by Coutinella. Hamlet drives but is fouled on the drive.
Shia Hamlet, senior, returner on varsity.
Millsap with the inbound. Inbounds all the way to Lawhorn. Lawhorn, top of the key, looking for the offense. Tobin with the screen. Lawhorn spots up for 3. It's off. Tobin with the rebound, puts it up, and Billinger gets it back. And they call offensive foul on Jordan Tobin. Not a lot of those called usually. 15-9, 7:41 left in the second quarter.
Jordan Tobin seemed a little bit frustrated by that foul call. Foul trouble is very bad for Jordan Tobin in this game.
Coutinella to Korzywinski. Korzywinski drives. And they call a double dribble on Shoreham Wading River.
Blatant double dribble. Picked the ball up, and she just started dribbling it again.
Yep, Dominique Jones drives to inside to Tobin, but she falls down, and they get it back. Millsap with the steal, puts up the layup, and in. Good recovery. 17-9, 7:24 left in the first.
That defensive play is going to win Amityville this game. If they continue to play defense like that, that's going to win them the game.
Corona tries to drive on Jones, gives it to Coutinella. Got it by Tobin. She spots up for the 3. It's off. A fight for the rebound inside, but Lawhorn comes up with it. Got it by Korzywinski. Drives. She goes up with it, and it goes in. 19-9, 7:02 as she tries to complete the 3-point play. Now we have Elliot, our sideline reporter, with his story.
I was later taught during the timeout, last timeout, I heard the coach talking about having a stronger defense and less of an offense. Seems pretty odd to me, but it seems to be working for the Lady Warriors here on the court. Back to you, Devontae.
All right, they call a no shot on the previous foul. 17-9, 6:57 left. They give it to Dominique Jones, who guarded by Sheenan, who just came into the game. To Lawhorn, guarded by Korzywinski. She's calling for her team to move. She looks to put the move on Korzywinski, and she's called for the travel, but she doesn't like that call.
Seemed a little bit frustrated by the call by the refs. Amityville needs to settle down here and play their game of basketball.
All right, Korzywinski being taken out of the game. Coutinella has it, gives it to Constant. Constant got it by Millsap. Back to number 3 with the hook shot, and it doesn't go in after the bounce. He tries to get the steal, and it's called for the foul. Amityville ball, 17-9, 6:29 left in the second quarter.
Amityville looking to push the pace over there. Noah, how do you feel about them pushing the pace right now?
Hopefully they can continue to tire out this game, this Shoreham Wading River team, but they don't seem to be letting off any smoke. Tobin goes inside, puts up the tough shot, gets her own rebound, puts it up, and puts it back in. 19-9, 6:20 left in the second quarter. Good play by the Tobinator.
Jordan Tobin being a spark plug right now.
They give it to number 3, Costello. Costello tries to pass it to Lakenmeyer, who tips it out of bounds. Amityville ball.
Have some great defense over there by the senior Hamlet.
Yep, some great defense, as we usually see, as Alexa Constant comes out. is replaced by Megan Green. Hamlet guarded by Cutinella. Looking to put the move on Cutinella. Gives it to Lawhorn for the wide open three. It's off. Tobin Nader almost with the rebound. Jones recovers it. Gives it back to Tobin. Tobin mid-range shot. It's good. 21-9. 5:47 left in the second quarter. What a shot by Jordan Tobin. Cutinella looks to put the move on Jones. Gives it to Constant. Constant guarded by Tobin. She drives. Can't find anybody inside. Lakenmeyer, turnaround shot, blocked by Lawhorn. And they call Shoreham ball after a weird turnover call that they didn't like, Amityville.
Amityville with some suffocating defense.
Constant looking to inbound. Oh, Tobin almost gets the steal but tips it outside.
Jordan Tobin looking to get up there,
She's
get that
been
steal
doing-
for her team.
She's been doing a lot today, trying to get her steals, her blocks, her rebounds, and points. Cutinella on the inbound. Inbound to Sheenan. Sheenan tries to fake on Hamlet. To Corona. Corona loses it off her foot. And it's a Shoreham turnover. 21-9. 5:19 left in the second quarter. And they seem to be a problem with the shot clock. All right, coach and the shot clock people seem to be having some problems with the refs as there was some confusion on who had possession. Lawhorn outlet to Tobin. Tobin, will she get to it? She does. Puts up the shot. It doesn't go in. Jones fights the rebound, gets it back, and they call Shoreham ball. They gave it to Shoreham after a jump ball.
Great hustle by Dominique Jones to get that offensive board, even
Leonard
though it resulted in a turnover.
Leonard comes in for Costello. Cutinella brings it down court, guarded by Jones. She seems to try to find some space. Gives it to Lakenmeyer. Lakenmeyer overshoots it. Shoreham gets the rebound and immediately calls for the foul. 21-9, 5:07 left.
Dominique Jones, one of the best defenders on the island, had about 3, 4, 5 steals the other game. She's putting in the work on defense, and she has to be one of the best defenders that I've seen come out of Amityville in a while.
Lakenmeyer comes in, replaces Cutinella. Also, Taisha Billinger comes in, replaces Taylor Lawhorn. They missed their second free throw. Tobin comes up with another rebound, gives it to Hamlet. Hamlet crosses half court. Looks to create some offense, gives it to Tobin inside. Tobin puts up the shot, puts in another score. 23-9, and Shoreham needs a timeout after Tobin just killing them inside.
I think the Shoreham coach is getting a little bit frustrated with his team and the way they're playing defense. They look to be lackadaisical, and they look to be sitting back and watching everything unfold.
This is a very important game for the Amityville Warriors, as if they win today, they'll improve to 500, their first time since December of 2017.
That's a long time, and you know, this girls' team, they work hard, and I talked to Coach earlier today. They work hard, and they basically they want this. They want this game, and they want to make the playoffs. So, you know, they're working as hard as they can to get to where they want to be and where they need to be.
Yeah. Okay. Lakenmeyer looks to inbound the ball to Grace Ann Leonard. 23-9, Amityville with the lead. 4:47 left. Green outside. Gives it back to Lakenmeyer. Lakenmeyer guarded by Tobin. Can't find any space. Gives it back to Leonard. Screened by Lakenmeyer. Gives it back to her. Inside. Puts up the tough shot. And it's off. Taisha Billinger with the rebound. Taisha Billinger being double teamed, but finds a way. Gives it to Hamlet. Hamlet looking to push pace. Stops on a dime. Gives it to Millsap. Millsap looking for offense. Between the circles. Gives it back to Hamlet. Hamlet being guarded by Green. Hamlet puts up the shot, and it's off. And a foul called on Green. 24, Millsap inbounding. Inbound to Hamlet inside. Passes to Jones. Jones recovers it. Leonard with the athletic save behind the back. Gives it to Green. And out of bounds on Shoreham. Amityville ball. 23-9, 4 minutes left.
Dominique Jones showing a lot of effort over there, hitting the deck. She'll go to links for her team. Nice save by Grace Ann London, the 8th grader for Shoreham.
Yeah, but nice, beautiful behind the back. Save as Millsap has it. Top of the circles. Inside to Jones, and they call a travel on Dominique Jones.
A lot of travels last game. I think Amityville just needs to calm down and hold the ball and wait till their point guard gets the ball in their hands.
Leonard inside to Lakin Meyer. Puts up the shot down, blocked by Jordan. Millsap to Hamlet in the corner. Guarded toughly by Leonard. Inside to Aisha Billinger. Aisha Billinger puts it up. It's off. And they go Amityville ball.
I was talking to a few members from the crowd. Some of the guys say that Jordan Tobin is actually on fire. Also, that the defense needs to strengthen up a little bit. Back to you, Noah.
All right. Lakin Meyer with the steal off the inbound and a travel called after she tried to pass it to Corona, but tried to stop on a dime. A lot of those calls in high school basketball. You don't plant your feet, you don't get the pass off.
I think that Amityville needs to be re-energized with a bucket right here.
Millsap, top of the circles, guarded by Green. Millsap with the mid-range shot, it's off. Taisha Billinger calls for another travel. She's been getting a travel called for almost every possession that she touches the ball. Corona comes in, replaces Mega Green, and Lakin Meyer comes out, replaced by Constant. Shoreham inbounds. Leonard up top with it. Tries to put the move. Lakin Meyer with a good screen, puts it up, and is fouled on the shot. Shoreham with the rebound. Shoreham has yet to score in this quarter. What do you think of Amityville's defense regarding that?
I think their defense is suffocating right now. I think they're playing well on the defensive side of the ball. They just need to get whatever's going on the offensive side of the ball fixed.
Okay, as Marchese misses her first free throw. 23-9, 2:57 left in the second quarter. And she misses the second one. Jordan Tobin with the rebound. They double team her right after. Gives it to Hamlet. Leonard with the attempt to steal. Hamlet tries to put the move on number 2. Tobin with a mid-range shot. Again, she can't miss today. As the score 25-9, 2:40 left in the second quarter. Gives it to Corona. Corona puts up the tough hook shot. Tobin fights for the rebound, but Shoreham recovers it. And they call Shoreham ball.
Amityville's defense right there is very suffocating, like I mentioned before.
Shoreham inbounds it. Korzachwinski looks to put the move. Grace Ann Leonard up top. To Corona. Corona fakes the shot, puts it up. And they call a foul, but no shot. 25-9, 2:21 left in the second quarter. They're letting Sophie Rodriguez come in for Shia Hamlet and Korzachwinski come in for Annie Sheenan. Show him with the inbound. Corona inbounding. Gives it to Korzachwinski. Korzachwinski, tough mid-ranger, and it's good. Their first field goal, 25-11, 2:15 left in the second quarter. Shorham's first field goal in quite a while.
Shows how suffocating the Amityville defense is. Defense is a big part of their game.
Tobin looking for the pass, but decides to take it herself. She goes inside, puts up the tough layup. It's off. Lakin Meyer with the rebound. Gives it to Korzachwinski. Korzachwinski looks to pass. Passes to Corona. Corona tries to drive on Rodriguez. Gets by her, puts up the layup, and it rolls out. Tobin with another rebound. They're triple teaming her immediately and they call a foul on. They call a foul on number 21, Destiny Keshner, Shoreham. Tobin already in just 2 quarters of action already has a double-double, 15 points and 10 rebounds.
Amityville up 25-11. Amityville playing a very good defensive game in the first half of this game. Like I said before, I stated before, Amityville would like to get this game for a nice record of 500, and they like to push the pace.
Rodriguez comes out. Lawhorn replaces her. Kozakowski off the Tobin free throw miss. Gets the rebound. Moves across half court. Gives it to Leonard. Outside. She misses the shot. Billinger fights for the rebound. And they call a jump ball. Amityville. 25-11. 1:29 left in the first half.
A lot of grit on the defensive boards from Amityville, especially Taisha Billinger looking to get her boards today.
Yep, hopefully she could not get a lot of travel calls. Tobin gets the inbound. Brings it across half court. Guarded by Grace Leonard. Gets by her. Puts up the shot, but it's blocked by Lakenmeyer, and they call a foul on Amityville. 25-11. 1:21 left in the first half.
A lot of sporadic play from Amityville. The play seemed to be developing a little bit too faster than their feet were moving. Their minds were moving, but their feet weren't.
Billinger calls for the foul. If she continues getting the fouls and travel calls, she won't be in much longer. As Shoreham gets ready for the free throw. Costello makes the first. Shai Hamlet comes in for Taisha Billinger. Gonna get some rest after a lot of foul trouble. She seems pretty frustrated going to the bench. Marchese puts up the second free throw. It's good.
Taisha seems a little bit frustrated over there on the bench because she's getting a lot of fouls and foul calls on her.
Shai Hamlet outside to Lawhorn. Lawhorn drives, puts up the tough shot. It's off. Tobin with another rebound. And they call Shoreham ball. Tobin seemed like she wanted a foul on that one, but no dice.
Amityville just needs to settle down in this, what's left of the second quarter. Need to settle down, close this quarter out, this half out, and get to the second half.
Alexa Constant comes in, replacing Destiny Keshner. Constant, a freshman. 1 minute left in the game, in the first half. 25-13, Amityville with the lead. They give it to Leonard outside. Leonard drives, puts the tough shot. It misses. Lakenmeyer with the rebound, puts it back in. 25-15, 46 seconds left in the first half. And Amityville calls a quick timeout.
We got Amityville 25-15 with 48 left in the quarter. Amityville in the first quarter put up 15 in the first half, in the first quarter, and they've scored 10 points in the second quarter. So what they need to do is they need to fix their offensive game. Their defense is playing brilliant, but their offense is a little stagnant.
They inbound to Millsap, but it's off Hamlet's face. 40 seconds left. Amityville leads by 10. About a 10-second differential between the shot and game clock. Leonard with the inbounding to Corona. Their side. They give it to Lakenmeyer on the wing, gives it to Grace and Leonard. Back to Corona in the corner. She drives, puts up the shot. It's off. They get a rebound and put it back in. Kozakowski on the shot. 24 seconds left. 25-17. Amityville with the lead.
Shoreham seems to be a little bit energized by that bucket.
Lawhorn looks to put the move on the shorter Leonard. Picks up her dribble. Drives inside. Puts up the shot. And they call a travel. Lawhorn does not like that call, however.
Coach Hankston seems to be mentioning to her team that they're playing a little flat right now. Need to pick up the pace.
Corona with the shot, bringing it down. 5 seconds left. Gives it back to Corona. Corona put up the shot at the buzzer. It's off. And at the end of the first half, Amityville leads 25-17. This game has been a lot of scoring, actually, compared to yesterday's game. But Jordan Tobin already dominating, as she already has 15 points and 11 rebounds and a block. How do you feel like she's going to be in the second half?
Jordan Tobin, she just needs to keep playing at the pace she's playing at. She's playing high, fast. She needs to slow down on offense just a little bit because she's getting a little bit too sporadic, and the offense is playing a little flat.
It has been a really good first. It's been a really good first half for her. But also Taylor's not putting up a lot of points, but putting up a lot of other stats too, as she has a steal, a block, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists.
Yeah, Taylor and Shia, of course, they're playing brilliant right now by helping the team out. Shia, a senior, and so is Taylor. A bunch of players on their team. 7. They have 7 players on their team, so it's okay for one person to have a good amount of buckets. I think that the whole team is seeing Jordan eat right now, and they're playing behind Jordan.
All right. At the end of the first half, Amityville leads 25-17. We'll be right back as we get set to start the Amityville halftime show.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for tuning into the Amityville Broadcasting Network's live stream of the Amityville Lady Warriors versus the Shoreham Wading River Wildcats. I'm Anthony Adams, and I'm here with Brian Canales, and we're going to be covering everything so far about this very important League 5 matchup on the Amityville Broadcasting Network's halftime show. Amityville has won their last 2 games coming into this one, and they're looking to keep that momentum going into tonight's game, and so far it looks like they have.
Yeah, obviously. The score right now is 25-17. Amityville's up right now. You know, what they've been able to do so far is that they've been able to create a dynamic tempo on offense, and they've been able to easily score points against the Shoreham Wading River Wildcats. And look, if they keep it up this way, they'll definitely be on that 3-game win streak.
So the score right now is 25-17 at halftime. In the beginning of the game, in the beginning of the first quarter, it wasn't like this the whole game. But Amityville, at the end of the first quarter, going into the beginning of the second quarter, was just able to get on a run. And Shoreham actually came back towards the end of the second quarter with a 10-0 run on their own, giving them momentum into halftime. What do you expect to see out of them coming into the second half of the game?
As Anthony said, Shoreham Wading River ended the second quarter on a 10-0 run. And obviously, Coach Charisse isn't very happy about that. I think what she's telling them right now in the locker room is to step it up on defense. And because Abby Korczynski has 7 of the 17 points right now, and I'm pretty sure that the Amityville Warriors coach isn't very happy about that.
So right now we're going to go to Elliot Herrero as our sideline reporter.
I was talking to a lot of people in the crowd earlier today before the game, and they said they really wanted to see Jordan Tobin. Her offense, her defense just excites the crowd and lights them up for the game. Everything about her... Excuse me. Everything about her...
All right, so as Elliot was saying, Jordan Tobin has been a focal point between this game and last game. She has 15 points so far and 11 rebounds and 2 assists and 1 block. She's been doing it on the offense and defensive end. What do you like to see out of her game, this game and last game's performance?
I like the fact that, Jordan, she's been able to keep her aggressiveness on both sides of the floor, showing that she's willing to bruise her body to, get points on the board. And also on the defensive side, getting rebounds and starting fast breaks for Amityville. And as you can see, she has 2 assists right now. And I'm pretty sure that she's going to look upon to be a playmaker in the second half and find some of her teammates open consistently.
As you see right now, Amityville is winning by 8, 25-17. And Jordan Tobin has been the player of the game so far. What would you like to see out of Shoreham's defense to try to limit Jordan Tobin's opportunities with points? And how would you like to see them crash the boards more?
Honestly, I think what Shoreham needs to do is, be more physical. I feel like they're being toyed around within the inside. And, in order to win games, you have to be able to get rebounds and play good defense and also score on the offensive side of the board. And Shoreham hasn't been able to do that consistently.
Our sideline reporter, Elliot Herrero, has another report for us.
I was talking to a lot of people in the crowd earlier today. They are really excited to see Jordan Tobin. Her offense, her defense, just everything about this ball player seems to excite the crowd and excite the fans. A lot of them saying that she's crossing up a lot of the defensive players, and a lot of them saying that she's getting jelly. I have no idea what that means. Back to you guys.
So, as he said, the crowd loves Jordan Tobin, and everybody loves what Jordan Tobin is doing in this game too. Also, another focal point is Taylor Lawhorn. She's not having as effective as last game, but she's still doing stuff offensively and defensively with 1 steal, 1 block, 4 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. She's covering up the little bits and pieces that Amityville needs. What do you think she should do more of in the second half to improve her performance?
I think honestly she needs to improve upon her shot creating ability. I feel like she's forcing a little bit too much of her shots. I think if she can't find an open lane or she can't find an open shot that she can knock down consistently, I feel like as though she should find someone open and that way contribute to the team on a greater effort.
So I have one key to the game. One key to the game within the second half that Amityville should approach more is to feed the ball more to Jordan Tobin. She has 15 points right now. She's hot, so feed the hot hand and let her take over. If she scores, I feel like they could hold on to the lead and they could end up winning the game.
Most definitely, and Shoreham. This game is not out of reach yet. Honestly, what Shoreham needs to do is play greater defense and find a way to create turnovers. And other than that, they need to find more playmakers on the bench and find more players that will score. And that is it.
All right. Thank you for tuning in to the Amityville Broadcasting Network's live stream for the Amityville Lady Warriors. And we will be back at the end of the game. And here is Devontae Rickenbacker and Noah Odige with the play-by-play.
And we're back with Amityville Warriors basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network. 25-11, the Lady Warriors hold the lead at the beginning of the third quarter. And immediately, Amityville gets a steal. Lawhorn inside, puts up the layup. It's too strong. Tobin with the rebound. Falls. She looking for a foul, but Leonard recovers it. Gives it to Linkenmeyer inside. She misses a shot. Too strong. And they call a foul, but no shot. I'm Noah Deej, your play-by-play. And I'm here with Devontae Rickenbacker, my color commentator. How do you think Amityville is gonna look to push at the beginning of the second half?
I think they're gonna look to get their offense ready. Their defense played very well in the first half, so they're just looking for their.
They inbound to Marchese. Marchese with the fake and the shot put up. It's 25-19, 7:40 left in the second quarter. Leonard steals the inbound, gets it back. Gives it to Korzakwitsky, right wing, three-pointer, it's off. Dominic Jones with the rebound. Jones looks to push. Jones to Lawhorn. Leonard steals it. Leonard across the half court. Leonard takes herself, puts it to Marchese, and with the layup inside.
Shoreham seems to be
21, 7:15 left, and immediately Amityville calls a timeout.
Shoreham seems to be energized with those two buckets and the steal off on the inbound. Shoreham looked to come out energized. I don't know what their coach said to them in the locker room, but he must have said something to spark a fire in them.
Yep, immediately they come two back-to-back Marchese buckets, and Grace and Leonard with the steal leading to the next bucket. Cuts this lead to only 4 for Amityville with 7:14 left in the third quarter. Hopefully Amityville doesn't lose control of this game, but the way Shoreham is coming out, it seems like they're looking to change the momentum.
Amityville has to tighten up on offense. They have to score offensive buckets, and their defense is playing brilliant right now. But they have to settle down on offense, start running their plays correctly, and stop with the one-on-one basketball. They have to start playing 5-on-5 instead of 1-on-1.
Yep, Coach said at the end of the first half that she wants to see more from her team, not just one person scoring, but she needs more of a team contribution. Dominic Jones has yet to score. And 25-21 with 7:14 left in the third quarter. They hope that maybe Amityville could just get a little more scoring. They inbound to Tobin. Tobin outlet to Jones. Jones guarded by Leonard. Picks up her dribble to Hamlet. Top of the circles. Gives it to Lawhorn up top. Guarded by Korzakwitsky. Lawhorn looking for offense. Looks to pass. Pass to Hamlet. Hamlet guarded by Marchese. And they call a foul on Marchese, and no shot. Millsap inbounding. 25-21, 6:56 left in the third. Inbounds to Tobin. Tobin guarded by Marchese. Marchese with good defense up top to Lawhorn, guarded by Leckenmeyer. Lawhorn passes to Hamlet. Hamlet looks to create some offense here. She's guarded by Leckenmeyer. And overshoots the pass to Jones. And Shoreham Wading River will inbound near side. Leonard inbounds it to Corona. Corona crosses half court up top. Gives to right wing. Inside to Marchese. Marchese again, another bucket inside. 25-23, 6:26 left in the third. They inbound far to Jones. Jones in the corner, double teamed immediately, and Leonard with the steal. Leonard looking to push pace. Takes it herself to Corona on the outside. Inside to Marchese. Marchese fakes. And they call a travel on Marchese. Hope that travel call was good as Anvil was seeming to.
Jordan Tobin on a great sequence of defense over there. A lot of great help defense on the team.
Hamlet passes left wing to Millsap. Millsap to Lawhorn up top. Lawhorn looking to pass to Hamlet. Top of the key. Hamlet to Millsap. Millsap contested jumper. It's off, and Marchese with the rebound. Gives to Leonard. Coach is telling him to push the ball. Leonard does that exactly, but so crazy good defense by Dominique Jones to Corona to Marchese. Marchese with the fake shot. Passes it to Corona. Corona puts up the contested shot. It's off. Marchese with the rebound. And they call another travel on Marchese.
Amityville's defense looks to be suffocating on that play. A lot of help defense from the team.
25-23, 5:25 left in the third. Tough defense by Shoreham, but a Euro step by Lawhorn inside. 27-23, 5:18 left in the third. Corona up top. So like it by. Looks to create some offense. To Corona, back to Leichenmeyer. Contested three. It's off the front iron. Millsap tracks down the rebound. Bringing it down court. To Lawhorn. Right wing. To Hamlet. Top of the key. Hamlet to Lawhorn. Lawhorn looks to pass. He can't find anybody open. Inside to Jones, but Leonard tips it out of bounds. And the ball. As Cutinella comes in for Lakenmeyer, 27-23, 4:42 left in the third. Millsap on the inbound. Inbounds to Lawhorn. Lawhorn, top of the key. Goes through the double team, puts up the tough shot, and they call a foul. No shot.
Shoreham had a nice sequence of defense until the shot clock winded down, and they just let themselves get caught.
Inside
hacking.
to Hamlet, but Corona with the steal. Corona looks to push, cross half court. Gives it to Leichenmeyer, fakes the shot, puts it up mid-range. It's off. We're talking with another rebound. Double teams immediately. And Corona tips it out of bounds. Good defense on both sides, but can't translate into any offense as Anvil still holds the lead 27-23. Longhorn inbounds to Hamlet, guarded by Cutinella. Longhorn loses her dribble, recovers, gives it to Longhorn, who brings it down court. Triple teams, gives to Millsap in the corner. Inside to Hamlet. Hamlet can't find it. And Corona with another steal. Gives it to Leichenmeyer. Leichenmeyer inside. Blocked by Longhorn and energized the crowd on that one. But they call a foul.
Tamia Longhorn skied up to get that almost block, but called for a foul. Shows the athletic play from Taylor.
Leichenmeyer with her first shot.
We have a little bit confusion from the refs on the floor.
27-23, 4:06 left in the third. As Korzakwinski puts up her first free throw, misses. Korzakwinski spotting up for her second free throw. And makes it 27-24, 4:06 left in the third. Lawhorn on the inbound. Inbounds to Hamlet, who's guarded by Cutinella almost immediately. To Tobin. Tobin drives, stops on a dime. Double teamed in the corner. Can't seem to find any offense. And a whistle on the floor. The Shoreham coach seems very angry at the refs as Amityville calls a quick timeout to try and regain their composure. Coach arguing with the ref.
Here's a look at Amityville's upcoming games. The varsity boys team will be playing at the Fred Memorial Gymnasium against East Hampton High School tonight. Then travel to Bayport Blue Point High School this Saturday, the 12th, facing off against Bayport Blue Point at 4:30. Then return to their home court on the 16th to face off against Southampton High School.
All right, 27-24, 3:54 left in the third quarter. Seems to be a lot of defense for both sides, but not translating to any offense here, Javante.
Yeah, the defense from both teams is playing really well, but the offense from both teams is not. You got to be able to shoot the ball and pass the rock. I think Amityville needs to start passing the ball a little bit more. Shoreham's double teaming in the corner a lot. So
Hamlet inbounds. Tough inbound to Millsap, but she tracks it down to Lawhorn. Left wing puts up the contested jumper. It's off. Fight for the rebound. Millsap recovers it, puts up the tough shot. Rebound by Korzakwitsky. Brings it down court, across the half court. Right wing, gives it to Cutadella to Leonard. Leonard got it by Millsap. To Corona in the corner. Corona looks to create some offense, but gives it to Leonard. Cutadella, right wing. Too lucky by the corner. She drives, picks up her dribble. Gives to Corona. Corona, pass to Cutadella. Cutadella fakes the pass, steps back. Almost with the steal. 1 second left, and a shot clock violation on Shoreham. And we have a sideline report by Elliott.
I was talking to the coach during the last timeout, and here's what the coach said. Stay as far away from the corners as you can, and to push hard. Back to you guys.
Okay, and they call a foul on Shoreham Wading River. On Amityville, Shoreham Wading River, it's on the inbound, on the outlet pass from Dominique Jones, but she fell out of bounds. Corona takes it down court, across the half court, guarded by Millsap on the left wing. Gives it to Leonard. Leonard gives it to Cutinella, top of the key. To Corona, right wing. To Leonard. She drives, puts up the tough shot. Tobin tracks down the rebound. And they call a foul on Leonard.
this game is starting to turn into a sloppy game offensively for both teams. Defense is playing great for both teams, but the offense isn't there.
Hamlet inbounds to Tobin. Tobin loses her dribble. Wading River picks it up. Cutinella guarded by Millsap after the steal. To Corona outside. Corona to Leonard, guarded by Hamlet. Leonard fakes the pass. Gives it to Corona. Corona, tough shot. It's good. 27-26, 2:20 left in the third quarter. Amityville only has a 1-point lead. Inbounds to Tobin. Tobin, left wing. They double team her immediately. Gives it to Hamlet. Hamlet called for, Lincoln Meyer called for the foul after the Hamlet drive. Amityville will inbound under the basket. 27-26, 2:10 left in the third quarter. Millsap inbounds to Hamlet. Hamlet got it by Cutinella. Cutinella, Jones inside, puts up the layup, and a great reverse layup. 29-25, 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
That's the bucket Amityville needs to be re-energized. You see the benches is lifting.
Cutinella with the three. Amityville fights for the rebound, and they call Shoreham ball. But Amityville's coach seems frustrated, and Shoreham needs a timeout.
Shoreham on the timeout here. Get his team refocused, re-energized. They had a lot of energy coming out in the first couple minutes of the third quarter. They started to settle down and started to create more turnovers on offense. What Amityville needs to do right here to win this game is they need to settle down on offense, and they need to start running their plays and keep their dribble. When you pick up your dribble, it leads to double teams, and which Shoreham is very effective at, double teaming in the corner and on the wings. So what Amityville needs to do is they need to keep dribbling, and they need to score the basketball.
Well, a win here tonight would give the Lady Warriors the same record as the Amityville Varsity boys team, something that hasn't happened for the better part of the last decade, Devontae.
Yeah, it just shows how much the girls want it. The girls really want a name for themselves, an identity, and they're trying to find it by winning this game.
Corona will inbounds baseline. Inbound to Kozakowinski in the corner. She drives inside, puts up the tough hook inside and one. 29-26, 1:48 left in the first quarter. Elliot with our story.
Last time out, the coach had said not to make yourself easy, and I think she meant it seriously. I think what she meant was to work hard on defense and on offense, both on the court. Back to you guys.
Kozakowinski misses her free throw, but Marchese gets the rebound right back, guarded, blocked by Tobin, and Shoreham gets the ball right back. Taisha Billinger comes in for Lawhorn, giving Lawhorn a much-needed break. Corona inbounds to Lakenmeyer, but a good steal by Tobin off the deflection. And Dominique Jones with an errant pass. A quick turnover after the steal. What was she thinking on that one?
4 seconds into the shot clock, didn't really need that. Amityville, like I said, needs to settle this game.
29-28, 1:30 left. Cutinello, right wing. Gives it to Kozakowicki outside. Corona inside to Kozakowicki. Kozakowicki to Cutinello. Cutinello with the three. It's good. 1:14 left in the third quarter. And now Shoreham's bench seems energized. Hamlet to Tobin. Top of the key. Tobin looking to pass. Gives to Hamlet. Hamlet fakes outside. Gives it to Tobin. Tobin who drives inside. Puts up the tough shot. It's off, but the foul is called. 29-31. Shoreham with the lead. 58 seconds left in the third quarter. Jordan Tobin with her free throws.
Jordan Tobin went in there like a running bull.
As she makes her first free throw. Shoreham leads 31-30. 58 seconds left in the third. For the better part of the third quarter, they've kept Tobin under check as she misses her second.
Shout out home team moves.
Corona brings it down. Shoreham with the 1-point lead. They give it to Leonard, top of the key. To Cutinella. Back to Leonard. Another three. It's off. Tobin tracks down the rebound. Brings it out. Outlet pass to Dominique Jones. Dominique Jones, a steal by Cutinella. She drives inside, gives it to Kozakowicki. Kozakowicki mid-range. It gets good. 32-30, 32 seconds left.
The Shoreham crowd that's here seems to be energized, and so does their bench.
Shot clock off. And Shoreham tips it out of bounds while Jordan Tobin is taking it up.
Amityville seems to be a little bit frustrated over here. Coach yelling from the bench seemed a little bit frustrated.
33-30 as Jordan Tobin puts in the quick layup. Shot clock turned off. 32-33, Shoreham with the lead. 15 seconds left. Corona up top. Goes to Kozakowicki. Kozakowicki outside to Cutinella. 10 seconds left. Tough floater. It's good. 6 seconds left. Edville needs to push. 3 seconds left. Tobin with the half-court shot, and they don't get it off before the buzzer. At the end of the third quarter, Amityville is in the deficit. 35-32, Shoreham with the lead. It's been a crazy third quarter, hasn't it?
Yes, the defense of Shoreham picked up, and so did their offense. Amityville's defense seemed to be a little bit lackadaisical in the end of that final minute of the quarter. Amityville needs to pick it up, needs to pick the pace up in this game. They need to settle down on offense, though, because their defense is going to win in the game, but the offense is going to lose in the game if they continue at this rate.
And what we've seen here in the third quarter, they've kept Jordan Tobin under check, only allowing 2 field goals to her, and they really have gotten her, double-teaming her as soon as she gets the rebound. Do you think that's going to play a big part in the fourth quarter?
Yes, Jordan Tobin, as well as everybody else, is a big part of this Amityville culture here at Amityville. And, if Jordan can't do it, then another person's going to have to step up, maybe Shia or Dominique, Taylor, Bree, Taisha, Chelsea, one of them has to step up and one of them has to start making shots if they're going to double team Jordan.
And it's crazy, off the bench, the freshman, Carly Cutinella, has had 2 key threes in order to give Shoreham Wading River this lead. And they need to keep everybody under check on Shoreham, whether the bench or the starters, if they think they're going to have any chance of winning this game.
Yes, they need to they need to play a good game of defense right now.
All right. As Amityville inbounds the ball, Hamlet up top, guarded by Cutinella, who gets the fourth quarter start. Cutinella to Jordan Tobin. They try to get it inside. Millsap puts up the shot. It's blocked. And they call a whistle on the floor. Millsap goes to the free throw line. 35-32, 7:46 left in the final quarter of play here.
Amityville needs to start making their free throws late in this game.
Yeah, but it seems like this game is going to come down to the final seconds, and hopefully they can make their free throws to stay in it. As Millsap makes her first, 33-35, 7:46 left in the fourth quarter. Millsap spots up for a second, and this is it. They wave it off, say she moved before it hit the rim. Lane violation. Not a lot of those called in high school basketball either. As Shoreham has the lead now, 35-32, 7:40 left in the fourth quarter. They put it inside to Korzakwitsky. And a travel called on Shoreham Wading River. They got their best of luck there, Amityville, as Shoreham commits the quick turnover.
Shoreham seems to be playing a full court press, only up by 2 in this game.
The thing about the full court press, though, there's always somebody going to be open. They give it to Hamlet. Hamlet, guarded by Corona. Back to Jordan Tobin. Tobin can't find anybody. Gives it back to Hamlet. Hamlet in the corner with the 3. It's off. Tobin with the rebound. Fights for it. Gets it back. Puts it up. Blocked by Korzakwitsky. Gives it to Taisha Billinger. Billinger puts it up. Tobin another rebound. Puts it up. And it's good, finally. Tied at 35. 7:12 left in the fourth quarter. Leonard brings it down. Gives it to Corona. Corona puts up the tough shot. It's off. Billinger with the rebound. Cutinella hits it out, and it's Amityville ball.
We had an errant pass on by Amityville. Amityville needs to slow down, as I mentioned before. They need to slow down, slow the pace of the game down. They're not down anymore. The deficit is 0, so they need to slow down. They need to play their game of basketball.
Millsap inbounds to Hamlet. Guarded by Cutinella. Still in the game. Hamlet gives to Jones. Jones yet to score today. Puts up the shot, but is fouled.
Full court press seemed to be working for Shoreham. I think they need to figure out what defense they were going to run. And I guess it took them a little bit too long to get to where they need to. They're playing a very good defensive game right now.
Game is tied 35-35 with 6:53 left in the fourth quarter as Dominique Jones makes her first free throw, her first points of the game. They're keeping her in check today, not putting up a lot of shots after her 11-point performance yesterday. And she airballs the second one. A lane violation again called on Amityville.
1 point lead here. Amityville needs to slow down, play a good defensive possession here, get the ball back.
They need to play good defense, keep the ball out of Shoreham's hands. Outside to Sheenan. Sheenan back to Corona. Sheenan guarded by Jones. Cutinella to Corona. Corona to Korzakwitsky. Tough mid-range. It's off. Corona gets a wide open rebound, gets past Billinger. They get the ball back, but Hamlet quickly fights for it. Scuffle on the ground. Dominique Jones with the steal, but they recover it. Cutinella with the 3. It's off. Lakenmeyer with another rebound. Amityville can't seem to get a rebound as they finally get it. Millsap with the recovery. Guarded by Corona to Tobin. Tobin gets past, puts up the shot. It's good. 38-35, 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter. A good sequence by Amityville after a tough rebound.
Great help defense there, Noah. Great help defense.
They do it, give it to Cutinella. To Corona in the corner, inside to Korzakwitsky. Guarded by Tobin, a block by Tobin, and she gets the rebound. She recovers it. They're double teaming her immediately. Shy Hamlet, wide open, puts up the layup. It's off as Korzakwitsky tracks it down. Amityville needs to get back. Korzygwinski wide open three. It's air balls. And Amityville catches a break there as two people of the Amityville Warrior squad didn't get back. 38-35, 5:33 left in the fourth quarter. Lakenmeyer sits and Marchese comes in. Millsap inbounds to Jones. Jones to Millsap. Cross half court. Jones on the wing. Drives, recovers the ball. And they call Shoreham ball after Jones falls down on that play. Limping back. Amityville up by 3. 5:20 left in the fourth. Cutinella back to Corona. Wide open Sheenan on the wing, but they catch, break, and miss it. Korzygwinski gets it back, but fouled on the putback.
We had a poor offensive sequence of boxing out from Amityville on that one. They need to be able to push the ball in the front court. They need to be able to do what they can on defense.
38-35, Amityville with 3-point lead. Korzygwinski misses her first free throw. Hopefully Amityville can pull this out, but they seem to be getting tired. As on the last defensive sequence, Amityville failed to get back, leading to a wide open shot that was missed by Korzygwinski as Tobin gets the rebound off the second missed free throw. Gives it to Millsap, back to Tobin up top. Inside to Hamlet. Hamlet is stuck. Gives it to Tobin, who puts up the shot, but a foul is called already on the floor as Hamlet goes to inbounds. Millsap inbounding. Far inbound to Tobin. Tobin got it by Lakenmeyer. Taisha Billinger inside. Loses it. Gets it back. Air balls the layup. Sheenan tracks it down. Sheenan drives inside to Korzygwinski. Korzygwinski puts up the layup. It's off the top. They don't get the rebound. They recover it. Sheenan with it inside. Blocked. A lot of scuffling. And they call a jump ball. A lot of confusion on the court right now.
Great help defense from Amityville on that one.
Corona inbounding baseline.
We have a official timeout right now.
Ref speaking right now. Whistle on the floor. They don't know what exactly happened on that last kind of scuffle between the two teams. Corona inbounding baseline. Looking for a wide open Sheenan in the corner. They don't recover, and she hits a three. What a poor defense sequence by Amityville. 35-37. Shamlin in the corner. Drives. Wide open layup. She misses it. Gets her own rebound. Takes it back out. Drives inside. Puts up the tough shot. Dominique Jones with her first three. It's off. Tobin fights for rebound, but Corona tracks it down. Corona drives by Tobin, who doesn't seem to care about defense. Billinger with the rebound, fights with it. And Amityville ball after a good defensive sequence by Millsap trying to get the rebound.
Amityville track meet at Yale, 7 p.m. Friday and Saturday at 11 a.m. Upcoming games for the track team.
An errant turnover by Amityville as Dominique Jones loses the ball straight underneath her legs.
Shout out to home team.
Sheenan comes out as Lakenmeyer comes back in as they just... Amityville, after some good defense in the first half, seems to be playing some terrible defense now, leading to some easy Shoreham scoring. Cutinella outside, top of the key, guarded by Jones. Back to Corona. Jones switches, leaves a wide open Cutinella for three. It's good. Amityville 38-40, 30-49 left in the fourth quarter. That's Cutinella's third three in the game. 40-38. Lawhorn drives inside, puts up the shot, and she's fouled. Shoreham's coach wanted to travel, but no dice.
Shoreham coach looks to be a little bit frustrated over here, Noah, don't you say?
Yep, acting for the travel, thinking that she traveled before the foul, but the refs called the foul as she gets a lucky bounce, and Amityville cuts it to a 1-point deficit, 39-40. Shoreham with the lead. 3:39 left in the fourth quarter. As Longhorn makes a second, game all tied up at 40. 3:35 left in the last quarter of play.
Shout out the home team.
As they call a foul on the floor. Corona inbound baseline. Corona to Linkenmeyer. Mid-range shot, overshoots it. Tobin gets the rebound. Double teams immediately. Can't seem to find anybody. As they call a jump ball and keep it in Shoreham's possession.
Great effort from Jordan Tobin over there on defensive boards.
The fouls not loving Jordan Tobin today. 40 apiece, tied. And Marchese fouled on the shot. She'll go to the line. The game is tied at 40 with 3:27 left to go in the final quarter of play. Amityville hoping to get some offensive action, but can't find anything right now. Shoreham at the line. Marchese puts up her first.
Here's a look at Amityville upcoming games. The girls' varsity basketball team will be at Edmund Miles Middle School this Saturday, the 12th, facing off against Mount Sinai at 10 a.m. Then they will travel to Bayport Blue Point to face off against Bayport Blue Point on the 15th at 4:30 p.m.
As Marchese makes the first, Linkenmeyer with the rebound. A whistle on the floor, but Shoreham calls a timeout. Shoreham leads 41-40 with 3:24 left to go in the final quarter of play. Amityville can't seem to get any grasp on this game, but Shoreham is making all the right plays.
A lot of back and forth in Amityville and Shoreham in this fourth quarter. Amityville was up big, 23-9 in the second quarter. Shoreham started slowly creeping back up as Amityville was held to 3 points in the last 3 or 4 minutes, Noah, in the second quarter. Noah, tell me how you feel about the way that the pace of the game is going, the up and down play, the dramatic scene right now that's unfolding right now.
Well, it's a very tight game right now in the fourth quarter, but the teams, Shoreham has been going way towards the three-point shot as Cutinella hit a three to put them up, and Corona, after being left wide open off an inbound, made another three for Shoreham to keep the lead. I think everyone needs to do a better job at defending the three-point line. They like to play rugged and inside, but you know what they say, 3 points are worth more than 2. And here's Elliott with our sideline.
The coach later in the timeout just said, I want you to run the play, but I want you to run it properly, being very stern in her voice. Can the Lady Warriors pull it off with just 3 minutes and 24 seconds left in the final quarter of this game? It is getting real tight and real tense. Back to you guys.
Kozakwinski misses the shot inside. They call it jump ball. Amityville ball. And we saw on that just inbound, Cutinella was wide open again in the corner. Her defensive assignment, who is Dominic Jones, needs to do better. They inbound to Tobin. Tobin looks to bring it down. Pass to Lawhorn up top. Lawhorn being guarded by Linkenmeyer. Lawhorn, bottom of the circles. Gives it to Millsap. Millsap being guarded by Corona. 3 minutes left. And Linkenmeyer with the steal. Puts it up. And is fouled on the layup. As Amityville, an errant pass leads to a turnover and leads to Shoreham getting a chance to put them up by 3. The crowd not into it as much. Seeing Amityville's poor defense and poor offensive sequences. Don't like to see their home team losing, and this is exactly what's happening. 42-40. Shoreham with the lead. A lot of Shoreham fans in the crowd today, aren't there?
A lot of Shoreham fans made that hour-and-a-half drive over here to Amityville.
As Marchese makes both free throws to put them up by 3. Inside, out inbound to Tobin. Tobin to Dominic Jones. Inside to Taisha Billinger. Puts it up. Misses the shot. Nobody on the box out. Marchese with the rebound. Kozakwinski. Shoreham's coach is telling them to slow it down. Corona outside. And Kozakwinski loses it out of bounds. Ball just slipped through her fingers on that one. And Amityville catches the lucky break.
Big-time players make big-time plays, and Crunch time is coming up, and big-time players need to make big-time plays right here for either team.
Dominic Jones bringing it down court, cross half court. The tough low pass to Tobin, and another turnover by Dominic Jones. She's not in it today, is she?
Sloppy play right now.
43-40. Shoreham with the lead. Shoreham bench is going crazy right now with their tough 3-point lead. Corona up inside with the layup, and it's good. 45-40, 2:15 left in the second quarter. No defense here from Amityville. Lauren has it up top. The double team comes. 2 minutes left in the final quarter of play. Tobin comes with the screen. Longhorn uses it. Look at the pass. Gives it to Jones in the corner. Jones drives, puts it up, and misses the layup. A fight for the rebound, but it's off Shoreham, and Hamlet comes in for Millsap. Hopefully she could create some offense here, as Shoreham is still up 45-40 with 1:51. We're getting close to the last minute of play. Hopefully Amityville to come back. And Tobin is fouled on the shot inside. Shoreham coach is very frustrated on that one. Five team fouls for Shoreham. Anvil with 14 fouls, so both teams being in the bonus. Tobin makes it first. 45-41, 1:47 left in the final quarter of play.
Shoreham coach seems to be a little bit frustrated with the foul calls on his team.
Tells her forward Billinger to be in the backcourt, ready for any fast breaks from the Shoreham team. As Tobin misses her second free throw. 45-41, 1:40 left in the action. Corona with it up top. No defense. Hamlet comes over. They pass it to Marchese on the outside. Cutinella guarded by Jones. Jones blocking any lane. Cutinella, the screen comes by Marchese. Jones still on it. Cutinella off her foot. Can't find any offense. Tobin with the rebound and a shot clock violation on the Shoreham Wildcats. 45-41, 1:15 left in the quarter. Shoreham is still with the half-court press, and another turnover by Dominique Jones.
The press from Shoreham seems to be disrupting Amityville's offense, and they can't even get the ball in the front court.
Corona brings it up, guarded by Cheyenne Hamlet. 1 minute left in the final quarter of play. Hamlet almost loses it. Marchese picks it up, gives it back to Corona. Corona brings it back, bottom of the circles. Korsakwinski drives inside, blocked by Lawhorn. Another block by Lawhorn, and Billinger doesn't even jump as Shoreham scores again inside. 47-41, 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and Amityville needs a timeout. Great defensive play by Lawhorn, but at the end, Billinger didn't recover it enough to block Lakin Meyer's putback.
Amityville was up at the end of the half, up 25-15, and Shoreham seemed to be energized about what their coach said to them in the locker room. He must have told them, you got to come out here, you got to play fast pace, and you got to rebound, got to defend the ball, and that's what Shoreham's doing right now. They're up by 6. Like I said before, big-time players make big-time plays. Somebody's got to come out with a big-time play if Amityville wants to win this game.
You know, 44 seconds left. You down by 6. What do you need? What do you think they need to score?
Not necessarily. They don't need to step out behind the 3-point line. If they don't have it, then they shouldn't shoot it. But what they need to do is they need to slow down the game. They need to get the ball in the front court. They haven't had 3 offensive possessions in the last 5 minutes, so they need to slow it down.
Okay, as Amityville will inbound in the backcourt. 47-41 with 44 seconds left in the last quarter of play. Lawhorn inbounds to Hamlet. Shoreham still with the full court press. 40 seconds left. Hamlet gives it to Lawhorn up top. Lawhorn guarded by Lakenmeyer. Lawhorn spots up for the 3. It's off. Hamlet gets it back. 30 seconds left. Longhorn fakes the shot, puts a step back three. It's off again. Billinger can't get the rebound, and Marchese has it. They steal it. Give it to Millsap. Millsap, 20 seconds left. Millsap can't seem to find a shot, puts a errant one up, and Shoreham calls a timeout. 13 seconds left. 47-41. Shoreham with the lead. What are they going to do, Devontae?
Amityville needs to get the ball back. They need to be able to steal the ball. So they need to find a way to steal this ball and get this ball back so they can score.
It's going to be a tough miracle if Amityville wants to get back in it.
They've got to play hard right now in these last 13 seconds of this game.
Okay, and with 13 seconds left, with Amityville down 6, the crowd seems tired. The crowd seems tired of this poor defensive play by Amityville, and Amityville seems tired by their poor offensive sequences. It's going to be a tough comeback, but let's see if Shoreham can hold on to win it out, or can Amityville pull out a miracle on a Thursday night. Okay, 47-41. Shoreham inbounding. Marchese inbounds to Cutinella. They don't foul yet. 10 seconds left. Taisha Billinger not fouling. 3 seconds left, and they finally foul. What a weird decision for Amityville not to foul. Down 6 with less than 20 seconds left. What do you think of Amityville's decision not to foul?
Amityville chose not to foul on that. Coach was screaming foul from the bench. Amityville let this one slip away from them.
Yep, 47-41 with a little under 3 seconds left. Marchese puts up the shot, misses. It's going to be somewhat of a miracle if they can pull out right now. Smiles are shown after the air ball, and Amityville seems bleak because they know it's over. As Jordan Tobin finally puts up the last shot to end it. And that's it. It's over. Shoreham Wading River comes and defeats Amityville on the road 47-41. After a tough defensive sequence, Shoreham came back to get this done.
Amityville let this one slip away from them. This was the game that they needed. Shoreham played a very good second half. Amityville they didn't come out ready to play in the second half. They weren't as energized as they were, and their turnovers led to them losing this game.
It's been a tough year for Amityville. Now their record is slipped to 4-6. They got to fight hard if they want to make the playoffs and get to 500.
Amityville, no doubt, can do it, but Amityville's they've got to fix something on that against the full court press, because as soon as Shoreham came out with the full court press, they had no answer for it.
Yep, that full court press will get to you, and it's such a shame. Dominique Jones, who was a great contributor in the last game, had 3 turnovers in crunch time to almost not give Amityville a chance. What do you think is going through her head right now?
I mean, you're up by 15 at halftime, and you come out and you lose the game by 6 at the end of the final score. It must suck to have a crucial loss like this. Like I mentioned before, Amityville needed to steal this win, but they have a rebound game on Saturday, so Amityville's going to come out onto the next one.
Well, yeah, Shoreham must be so proud to come in. They improved to 3-7 on the year, and hopefully they can keep the momentum going. That's 2 straight wins. That's 2 straight wins for Shoreham Wading River, and we'll get to Elliot for our interview with Coach Adam Lee.
Adam Leveri, how do you think the team did tonight?
Definitely our best effort of the season in the second half. We've been battling some effort issues on the court all year. We had a good heart-to-heart at halftime, and I think we came out and finally maybe broke through the ice that we've been struggling on all year.
Now, even though you guys won tonight, and congratulations, by the way, what do you think you could do better?
Stop turning the ball over and make some layups. It's key to basketball.
Thank you so much. Congratulations. Thank you, guys.
All right, after a tough, disheartening loss, Amityville will hope to rebound in their next game and 47-41.
Amityville, of course, heartbreaking loss. Shoreham came out victorious. They seemed like they wanted it more in the second half. Amityville's got a rebound against Mount Sinai the next game, and they've got to come out ready to play.
All right, thank you for listening to Amityville. Thank you for listening to Lady Warriors basketball on the Amityville Broadcast Network. And after this, the boys will hope to improve to 6-5, playing East Hampton later tonight. Thank you, and the post-game show is coming up next.
From Devontae Rickenbacker, Home Team Hoops.
And Noah Deej, thank you for listening to Amityville basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for tuning into the Amityville Broadcasting Network's live stream of the Amityville Lady Warriors versus the Shoreham Wading River Wildcats. I'm Anthony Adams, and I'm here with Brian Canales, and we're going to be covering everything about this very important League 5 matchup that just occurred on our Amityville Broadcasting Network's post-game show. Amityville won their last two games coming into this one, but their momentum just couldn't keep up with them, and they lost this one. But Shoreham, however, they won their last game and carried their momentum within Amityville and won against us. Especially in the second half, they went on a few runs, and they were just able to crash the boards and dominate the paint. And they were able to make most of their shots, which Amityville just couldn't keep up with.
I don't know what happened out there. I don't know if they listened to what we were talking about in the halftime show, but instantly in the third quarter, Shoreham just took off. I'm pretty sure the team was frustrated in the first half. Not really being able to find a foundation on their offense, and in the third quarter they finished off with a 19-6 run, and that's what you ask for a team that struggled in the first half of a game, and Amityville simply wasn't in the game after the first half.
Talking about the 19-6 run, Shoreham actually won the game by 6 with the score of 47-41, with the key player of the game, in my opinion, being Melissa Marquise and Abby Korzawinski. Abby had 14 points and 4 assists, along with 1 steal, and Melissa Marquise had 15 points, and she dominated the boards with 9, and most of them came in the second half. How would you feel about their second half performances, and how do you think they contributed to the win?
I think that, they took over the game. Simple as that. I'm pretty sure that the coach was telling everybody that, that they were still in this game. Even though that, they weren't really running an efficient offense and defense. And simply, Melissa and Abby, they just took the torch and, led their team to victory tonight.
I feel like one of the key components to the game, especially in the second half for Shoreham, was ball movement. They assisted very well. They moved the ball very well. They dribbled. They didn't dribble too much, though. They weren't ball hogs. They moved the ball around and were able to find some open shots. What do you feel like Amityville did wrong?
Amityville just lost its tenacity on both sides of the floor. I felt like that they were forcing shots that they didn't need to shoot, and Shoreham was able to capitalize off of that. Being able to create turnovers and utilizing the fast breaks, as I mentioned earlier, which they needed to use. And overall, Amityville just wasn't able to answer Shoreham's monster comeback.
So Jordan Tobin in this game, she had a 20-20 game. She had over 20 points and 20 rebounds, but she wasn't able to get as much help from her teammates as she would have liked. How do you think her teammates will reflect on this performance and maybe come back next game better?
Jordan did what she needed to do, as she always does each and every game. This team needs more playmakers, more people that, will score points and overall contribute to the team. And simply, Jordan did what she needed to do and didn't get much of the same effort from the rest of her team.
So we know what we did wrong. We know what Amityville did wrong this game and what Shoreham did right. But for Amityville to bounce back, because after coming off of 2 great wins and them just losing this heartbreaking loss, which will push them down below Shoreham in the League 5 standings, what do you think they could come back and do better next game to ultimately win the game?
Overall, keep the momentum. They were running quickly on both sides of the floor. Taking the game at their own pace, and overall, not lose their grip on the team's needs. And when you have a team that's in control of a game, and the other team's out of momentum and out of tear, and for that team to come back in the second half and explode the way Shoreham did, that questions like the heart of the team. And I feel like that's what affected them from keeping control of the game, and eventually which led to them losing tonight.
One thing that I noticed was in the fourth quarter when Amityville's zone defense was not working, and really Shoreham was just capitalizing on every single bucket for one point in the game. They just kept scoring and moving the ball and picking apart Amityville's defense. So the Amityville coach called a man-to-man defense instead. Do you think they should try man-to-man defense in the beginning of next game? Because the zone defense just seemed to get picked apart, and really Shoreham was just draining threes and driving to the paint with ease.
I'm not sure whether to stick to one defense, because there's always in-game adjustments. But overall, I think Amityville needs to keep itself at man-to-man, and make its adjustments halfway through the game if they need to. And overall, just find a foundation on both sides of the ball. And simply, you can see that they were lacking that tonight.
So let's look at the rundowns of the scores. So in the third quarter, Shoreham just went on a couple of runs, 2 7-0 runs, and it's just Amityville literally just couldn't stop their offense. And even coming from the second quarter into the third, they had a 14-point run and ended off with 18 points in the third quarter alone. I feel like that third quarter hurt them, but it was really the fourth quarter where you have to capitalize on buckets. Amityville wasn't down by that much in the start of the fourth quarter, and what do you think that they should have done better to maybe make a minor comeback?
Honestly, I feel as though the offense wasn't really running the way it was in the first half, and simply when you aren't able to create plays and open shots for your teammates, I feel like that wears your team down. And when the other team is especially making their shots and doing what they need to do, I feel like that worsens dynamic flow of the team itself, and that's why you see the score ended the way it was. In the second half, Shoreham scored 30 points, and Amityville finished with 17 entire points. And when you have that, you simply lose momentum in the game, and overall, it resulted in a loss. And hopefully, they could come back next game around.
Ultimately, hopefully for their sake, I hope they do come back. And Shoreham, great win. Our next broadcast on the Amityville Broadcast Network will be on Tuesday, when the boys basketball team tips off at 4 p.m. with our coverage starting at 3:50 with our pregame show. So, have a great evening, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the Amityville Broadcasting Network's live stream of the Amityville Lady Warriors versus the Shoreham Wading River Wildcats. I'm Anthony Adams, and I was here with Brian Canales, and thank you for listening to us cover everything about this very important League 5 matchup, which ended off with a 47-41 Shoreham victory. Thank you very much, and see you next time.
Go to AmityvilleWarriors.com for upcoming broadcasts and events. This has been a presentation of Warriors Basketball on the Amityville Broadcasting Network.